Duncan. I was wrong. I was completely fucking wrong, Chad. His name is Duncan. And so he sees this guy in this Letterman jacket walk by, and he's like, hey, you. And he just grabs him. He grabs him by the head. He's like, and he's like, where am I supposed to be? And he's like, I don't know, a sideshow circus? And he's like, you're making fun of me, aren't you? And he's like, yeah. And he fucking Blob pushes him, and he's like, ah! Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. So I have some seltzer water here, chat. It's local, you know, HEB, unsweetened, sparkling water, passion fruit is the flavor. Left this in my car. I forgot I had this. Oh, I forgot. And so it's nice and warm. It's nice and warm. There we go. You're welcome. Definitely it wasn't said. Someone challenged me on my top bits. Oh, Gene's put it out there, chat. Ooh, let's drink some nice warm seltzer water, chat. Yep. Yep, that's like drinking tea now. There you go. There you go, chat. Yeah, like warm beer. No. I wish. That's a thing. People in the K love their beer warm. I mean, hey, more power to you. I prefer a nice cold one, chap. You know, but I'm not shaming. I'm not drink shaming anybody. You drink however you want to drink. Believe me. It's the last thing I want to shame anyone what you want to get. You get these hoity-toity fucking people, you know, that so you should drink it this way. You should get this kind of drink, and I'll mock you and make fun of you. It's like, God, fuck you. I'll drink whatever the fuck I want to drink. But, you know, to each their own, chat. To each their own. Quee! Well, I look what beer. I'm not shaming you for it. That's fine. You can drink more beer. That's okay. This is not my thing, but I'm not shaming you. Happy to have you, by the way, Quee. But chat, we have to get down to the toon review today, chat. I gotta do my review for X-Men Evolution Episode 4 Mutant Crush, chat. And we start, funny enough, chat. This episode starts in fucking Texas, in the Lone Star State, chat, where we are at a monster truck rally. And who's at this monster truck rally, chat? Wolverine and Jean Grey. And I'm thinking they're alone. I'm like, oh my God. They're like, she's like a teenager in high school, and Logan's like 100 years old. Don't be doing the romance thing here. Thankfully, they're not yet. No, they're undercover. They're undercover. Logan is in cowboy mode. He is wearing a cowboy hat, chat. But it's very tough on his hair, and it's always like, it's kind of misshapen because there's so much hair underneath there. And also Jean Grey. Jean Grey's with him. She also has her own cowboy hat. And they're sitting in a stadium, chat, looking at these monster trucks. And the monster trucks are going off of ramps and go all over the place. Wow, it's so cool. They're smushing cars, but they say, all right, we're taking a break. But now they have a main attraction, chat. They have a main attraction. And you have the announcer come on. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, we would like you to gaze upon in the middle of the stadium where you can see the strongest teenager in the world, Fred Dukes. And this guy just, just waddles out to the middle of the stadium, chat. And he's in this very tight nylon costume, chat. It's like my Sonic suit, except even more smooth. Even more smooth. You can see the nips. The nips are like just about to erupt out of it, chat. It's very tight. The stitching is holding on to this man's bulk for your dear life, chat. But good old Fred Dukes, he waddles out there, chat. And there's these two monster trucks on either side of him, to his right and to his left. And these chains, they're connected to their bumpers. And what he does is he wraps his big beefy arms, chat, his big beefy swollen sausage. It's like sausage casing, except you put too much meat inside. It's like too much sausage meat is in them, chat. And they're like overfilled. And his sausage casing hands and arms like wrap these very thick chains around his forearms, chat. All right, it's like, think of it as like, you remember like how babies got like derpy arms? They got like little derpy hands and derpy little fingers. It's like that with him, except he's like, you know, 6'5". It's weird. But it's the same thing. It kind of looks the same. And so he wraps these around his forearms, chat. And the announcer is like, Fred, are you ready? He's like, I'm ready. And they go. They just go. Oh my God, they're going to explode him, chat. He's going to burst like a hot water balloon right in the middle of the stadium. And Gene and fucking Logan are like, oh. But it's okay, chat, because as soon as they get taught, he's able to control him. He's like, ah. He's that goddamn strong, chat. He's just not a fat boy. He's just not a fat kid, chat. No, he's got super strength, and he manages, he's like, ah, and he pulls them back to him, chat, and like, he's gonna smush himself, nah, chat, because he fucking jumps up into the goddamn air, and he comes back down on him, chat, on each truck bed, like one fat foot on the other one, chat, like right on the truck beds, and the tires pop, they go, psh, as soon as he lands back down, he's like, yeah, I did it, and everyone's like, woo, everyone's cheering, he's like, yes, worship me, I am your new god. Oh! And he falls forward, Chad, because his tum-tum is so heavy. His tum-tum's like really heavy. And he goes, oh, and he falls. He falls down. Ha, the fat man fell down. And he's covered in mud. And when everyone stops cheering, goes, ha, 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 ha. And he's like, stop laughing at me. Stop laughing at me. And then there's one other person in the audience yet. How Logan did not, so he uses his sense of smell, because that's one of his powers, shit. People, he has the healing. Everyone knows the healing. He doesn't really age all that much. He ages slowly. And he has the claws, right? But he has other, like, senses, too. And it's smell and, like, hearing. And for whatever reason, that smell sense goes and it comes and goes, chat. Because, like, we see Vice Principal Darkholm, chat, who's Mystique in disguise. She's also, like, maybe, like, several rows below Logan and Jean Grey. And Logan is none the wiser to her presence. And she's in her vice principal outfit because the animator said, fuck that, we are not. We animated a cowboy hat on Wolverine and Jean Grey. That's the most you're going to get from us this episode. We're not changing anyone's clothes. She's going to wear that outfit consistently. And so she's like, yes, good. Because she's happy that he's like, raw, that people are making fun of him because she can exploit that. We then cut to we also assume that Logan and Jean Grey are there because they also want to recruit Blob to the X-Men, or Frank Dukes as he's called right now. We then cut to Frank Dukes' dressing room, chat, and he's throwing all the stuff around. He's like, I hate it when they laugh at me. There's nothing funny about me. And it's funny though, chat, because he's waddling around and stuff. It's so funny. And he's throwing shit around. He has that voice. He's like, where's my butter? It's like, he's not asking for, like, buttered noodles, shit. He's not asking for, like, you know, things that are, like, in butter. He's just asking where is his butter. He just wants butter. It's like, damn, dude, take it easy. Settle down, you crazy kid. But then, Vice Principal Darkholm, she just finds her way into the room. And she's like, with strength like that, you can do a lot in life. He's like, this is what I'm good at. I pull the truck from the right and pull the truck to the left. And she says, hey, what if I told you could have a better life? Where I work, I think you'd have a good goddamn time. He's like, yeah, right. You couldn't do anything for me. She's like, I'd make sure people would never laugh at you again. He's like, really? She goes, mm-hmm. He's like, oh. And then meanwhile, we cut outside the hallway where Logan and Jean Grey are walking. And Logan finally gets a whiff. He's like, shit, that blue bitch is here. He's like, But right before he's about to run up to the door, chat, Blob closes the door. And he sees fucking Mystique standing there going, or Vice Principal Darkholm going, fuck you, Logan. He's like, no, I hate you. And it closes, chat. We then cut. Opening X-Men Evolution fanfare. We then cut from that, chat. We are now in the Vice Principal's office, Darkholm's office with Blob. And he apparently has entered back into school. And Blob's like, I don't really do the whole school thing. It's been a while, chat. So he's a high school dropout, maybe even a middle school dropout, chat. He can barely fucking read. He can barely read. He can't understand, like, a schedule. He doesn't know where we're, like, the layout. I mean, we all have our first day of school. Like, I don't know where anything is. But he's like, I don't know what the squiggles say. And it's like, that's not good. That's not good. And, Vice Principal Darkholm was like, don't worry about it. We all get the jitters in the first day. Just letting you know, we're happy to have you be part of our brotherhood. Ooh, shit. There you go. Brotherhood drop, chat. He's like, okay. And he leads the bell goes off. He leaves her office and he's like reading the squiggles. Squiggles, oh, squiggles are hard. And then he sees this jock guy named, I don't know, Sean or I forget what his name is. It looks like a Sean to me, chat. Let's see what this kid's name is. I bet it's a Sean. Let's see what his name is, chat. Duncan. I was wrong. I was completely fucking wrong, Chad. His name is Duncan. And so he sees this guy in this Letterman jacket walk by, and he's like, hey, you. And he just grabs him. He grabs him by the head. He's like, and he's like, where am I supposed to be? And he's like, I don't know, a sideshow circus? And he's like, you're making fun of me, aren't you? And he's like, yeah. And he fucking Blob pushes him, and he's like, ah! And he flies back. It's a pair of lockers. She falls down. He's like, whoa, whoa, take it easy. And Blob's like, stop laughing at me. And he grabs these pair of lockers, and he just lifts them off the ground. So no one will make fun of me. And he was going to crush him. He's going to kill him. He's like, ow, ow. And then, but Jean Grey, she's going to class, and she's walking down the hall, and she sees Bill Duke. She's like, oh, shit, here's the opportunity. Oh, my God, he's going to crush Duncan. She goes, hey, or Fred Dukes, not Bill Dukes. Fred, hey, Fred, no, hey, man, is everything going okay? He goes, and he's like, do you need any help getting to your classes? And I mean, every, first day of school is kind of stressful. He goes, oh, yeah, she's pretty. And he puts the lockers down, and she goes, yeah, hey, no, this is where you're. Duncan, get out of here. Duncan, he's like, all right. And it's like, she's like, I'm sorry for Duncan. He's a little rude to new people. Okay, don't take it personally. Of course, he's just that kind of guy. He's got a big head. He's like, yes, I understand what it's like to have a big head. It's like, you do, chat. He has no neck. It's just kind of this mound of flab on a very round body. And she's like, yeah, I bet you do. But you just need to be over there. He goes, oh, thank you. She goes, hey, I'll see you around, Fred. He goes, yes, you will. Which is very fucking creepy. The faces they give him later on the episode, it's like, oh my God. It's like Buffalo Bill. They should have just called him Buffalo Bill, chat. Jesus Christ. And so then we cut to a new class, chat. We're in a drama class or whatever. And the teacher's like, all right, well, we're going to be doing Shakespeare, all right? And so you're all going to be fucking reading Shakespeare. I'm going to sign. Some of you already have partners. Some of you have not pick partner, so I'm going to sign you, chat. And the two people who are in this class, we have Scott Summers, chat, who is Cyclops, and Rogue, who we met in the previous episode, chat. And by the way, Rogue apparently is aware of, Scott, may have tried to kill her. Last episode really was Mystique. But she seems to be like, nah, whatever. It's like, I got to go to school with them. What are you going to do? And the teacher assigns Scott and Rogue to do this, Shakespeare play. I don't know, like Queen Kate and Queen Billy. I don't know what the hell the Shakespeare names are. But he's like, you two have to do this specific love scene, you're professing your love for each other. And Scott's like, oh, geez, okay. And Rogue's like, what? Well, is something wrong with doing this scene with me? And he goes, no, of course not. No, not at all, not at all. He's just awkward because of the situation last time. And then I love it because then we have one of the funniest things ever. And Paul's like, oh, geez, man, I think that's the first time she's ever talked. Oh, I think she's taking a shiny, Scotty. And he goes, shut up, Paul. I'm like, we never hear from Paul again. But I love the fact that I just love that line. Shut up, Paul. Then we cut. We then cut, chat, and we are now in the lunchroom. We're in the lunchroom, chat, and we see that the majority of the X-Men are there, chat. We see fucking Jean Grey. We see Kitty. They're talking to each other, having a goddamn good time. Nightcrawler, Kurt is disguised. He's in his human flesh disguise, chat, with Scott. But who fucking walks in, chat? Who walks in? Goddamn Bill Dukes, chat. Fred Dukes. Fuck, I keep calling him Bill. Fred Dukes, he walks in. He's like, I want everything. Because he goes up, he waddles over, and Kitty's like, is that Fred Dukes? And Jean's, yeah, that's him. He's like, wow. That's a big man. She goes, yes, it is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, it is. But he goes over. He pushes this one kid aside who's getting his food. And he's like, I would like it all. And lunch lady's like, wait, what? She's like, all of it. She's like, okay. And she grabs a plate and he's like, there's no need for that. And so she just starts scooping these unknown substances on the tray. It's just a single fucking tray. And it's just filled with just this gray, brownish mass. There's like a sandwich. There's like several sandwiches in there with some fruit. There's chocolate. There's like everything. Jay's like, thank you. And he waddles away. Crossing Patricia, welcome to stream. He waddles away and he goes, he passes by Scott and Kurt. And Kurt's, you know, he's razzing Scott over the fact that, oh, you gotta fucking do this Shakespeare scene with Rogue. Boy, I wish I could be there to see that. And he just starts laughing. Scott's like, ah, shut up, Kurt. But it's like, he starts laughing too. And then Blob's like, they're laughing at me. They're not laughing at you, but he's like, oh. Any laughter just sets him off. Chat's like, his trigger! And then he goes over to a table, chat, and this chair's like, oh, please, for the love of God, don't sit on me. And his ass promptly sits, I mean, the chair, it doesn't even hold his ass. It just goes up his butt crack, right up his ass crack, chat. He absorbs the chair into his ass. It just goes inside of him, and the chair's like, and the legs just snap underneath him, chat. And then the table also goes because the plate of food is so heavy it breaks the table, and it flips. And all these other trays that were there, they go in that direction all the way over, and it hits Duncan and the football players' table, and they're covered in fucking food. And Duncan is just like, what, way to go, fatso. What are you doing, you freak? And he's like, stop making fun of me. And all of a sudden, Duncan, he throws some food at Fred, and he's like, and then Fred, he just takes some of the food that's on him, and he throws it right back, and this one, it's Paul earlier, he says, food fight, shut up, Paul, food fight, and the fucking food fight erupts, chat, in the school lunchroom, and then fucking Kitty's covered in food. She's like, I'm like, oh God, this is awful. All right, fuck this, see you guys later. And she goes through, she phases through to the next floor below. Kurt, he teleports out. He's like, all right, fuck this. I'm not risking having my device ruined. He teleports out of there. No one's any of the wiser, chat. While Jean, she's psychically blocking food from being thrown at her and Scott. Scott takes Scott, he gets hit in the face. His glasses get knocked off, chat, and then boom, laser beams. Laser beams everywhere. Thank you. Oh, my Lord. Diet Soda Pop, thank you for the follow. You're my new Huckleberry. Welcome to stream. Are you the double toasted dude? I am indeed the double toasted dude, sir. Also known as Juicy, also known as Christopher Herman, also known as the guy that reads erotic Sonic fanfiction. I am that dude. Yes, indeed. I am doing a review right now for X-Men Evolution Episode 4, Mutant Crush. And so everyone's going crazy, right, in the scene. And Bill, God damn it, Fred. I keep calling him Bill. Why do I want to call this man Bill, Chet? I don't know. But Freddy, good old Fred, he just grabs a fucking table. He's like, oh, and he's running over. He's waddling over to the to the people, to Duncan, his, and they're like, oh, they're gonna be crushed. But Jean stops him. She uses her psychic powers. He slips from his hands, and Darholm. Darkhold, she goes into, like, Mystique, Vice Principal Mystique, she walks in, and she goes, what the fuck's going on? Duncan, detention forever. He's like, no! And she's like, don't worry about it, Fred, everything's fine. We'll get you cleaned up. And so everyone leaves, everyone vacates. But then Jean, she goes over and talks to Fred because he sees that he's very sad shit over the situation. And she's like, Fred, listen, I know what happened. He's like, I'm sorry, I get really mad when people, when they yell at me. It's like my trigger when they laugh at me. They just, I just hate their jokes. She goes, I totally understand. We can help you with that. Where I go, I was, when I didn't go to the school, and I wasn't part of the Institute, people would say I was a freak all the time. He's like, really? Well, what did you do? She goes, well, I met Charles Xavier, and now I'm part of the Xavier Institute of Gifted Youngsters. Like, what's that? And she goes, that's where they help people with really special abilities, like yourself. He's like, I'm a mutie? She goes, yeah, I'm a mutie too. And he goes, what can you do? She's like, I'll show you. And she takes this chair, chat, and she lifts it because she's telepath and telekinetic. But she takes this chair and she throws it against the side of the wall, right against the wall. He's like, wow, you can really pound a whole bunch of people. And she's like, no, Fred, we don't want to hurt anybody. That's the last thing we want to do. No, we go to the school to learn to use our abilities for good. He goes, oh. And she's like, if you want to, like, I can take you to the professor. I can take you to Professor Xavier. He can help you. He goes, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. And she goes, okay, cool. You just let me know. And then Scott comes over and he's like, is there a problem here, Jean? She goes, there's no problem. He's like, Freddy's like, there's no problem, pretty boy. And he's like, hey, man, back off. I'm just checking to see if she's my friend. And he's like, oh, and she's like, it's no problem. It's no problem. I was just talking to Fred. I'm gonna go. Fred, will talk later. He goes, absolutely, we will talk, Gene. And he ignores Scott, and they leave. And right before she's out of the lunchroom, though, chap, because Scott, he goes out in the hallway because he hears him. He sees Rogue leave in the lunchroom. And he goes over there, goes to his locker, and he's like, hey, Rogue, just wanted to talk to you for a bit. Wanted to make sure that you were down to practice later after school. She goes, yeah, of course, no problem. But then fucking, Darkholme, she comes back. She goes, what the fuck is going on here? Because she doesn't want anyone talking to Rogue. And Scott's like, no, sorry, man. I'm just asking her if we can do this scene for class. It's for drama. It's for, we're doing like Shakespeare. She goes, I hope that's all that is, Scott. Keep your hands to yourself. And he's like, what? Why would I? Oh, yeah, of course. And Rogue, she walks away. He's like, all right. And she goes, I'll meet you later, Scott's like, okay, cool. And then, right when, because Fred, he's like, I want to ask Jean out for a date. He's about, hey, Jean. She's like, yeah, but then Scott appears right around the side. He's like, oh, never mind. And then she leaves. And then he sees that she left her backpack there, and he takes her backpack. He's like, I will give this back to her after I'm done with it, which is like, gross. And then he takes a picture out of it, yeah. He's like, oh. And he sees that it's Jean Grey and Scott. He's like, I hate him. And he rips the picture, so he throws it on the ground. He takes the Jean part and puts it in this like big tummy pocket, like right in the folds. So it's like, now she's a part of me. And so he's right there in the fold shaft being absorbed into his body. And he steps on the Scott picture. It's like, I hate him. And then he walks away, chap. Meanwhile, chat, we cut outside, and good old Fred, he's just waiting. It's the end of the day. He's waiting for Jean, and we see Jean. She's walking outside with her friend. I don't know. I forget what her name is. Taryn. I think her name is Taryn. It's a weird name. Taryn. And he's like, hey, Jean, I just want to talk to you. She goes, oh, hi, Fred. This is my friend Taryn. I'm not talking to you, Taryn. I'm talking to Jean. And Jean's like, what do you need? He's like, do you want to get a soda? And she's like, I wish I could, but I got a lot of homework to do. I got to do this one other class. I have some other responsibilities at the Institute. Maybe tomorrow. Let's try to do it tomorrow. And he goes, that was a terrible excuse. And she's like, what kind of person are you? And she's like, wait a minute, excuse me. That's for real. I'm not blowing you off. These are the things I need to do. And he's like, no, I want you to come with me. And he grabs her. And she's like, don't fucking touch me. Don't grab me. And Taryn's like, Jean, are you okay? And she's like, Taryn, I can handle it. It's okay. Thank you. And he's like, you're coming with me. And he just grabs her. And Taryn's like, oh my God. And he's like, stop yelling at me. Oh! And he fucking backhands her, chat. Head explodes. Just head explodes like a fucking water balloon, chat. And she's like, oh my God, Taryn! I cared about her so much. And then we walk over. She's like, no, you're coming with me. And she's like, absolutely fucking not. You can't do this. You can't make someone like you like this. Frey's like, why not? I'm big and I'm strong. I could do whatever I want. We're special, Jean, and I want you. And he's just like, ew. And she's like, no. And she starts like, to manipulate some stuff, like throwing things at him. Like, you gotta let me go. Like, stop this. She's like, oh, you think that's gonna hurt me? And there's like some girders like above them, Chad, with some like concrete blocks and things. And she throws some of it down. He's like, stop doing that. And he hits some of them, Chad, and the whole thing falls on them. And she's like, ah! And he's like, oh, I will protect you. And he like uses his entire mass to like engulf her in his flesh. And all the stuff comes down. But she's like suffocating. And so she's like, ah! She comes up, gets hit with a fucking concrete block, Chad's like, ooh. And he's like, no, Jean, no. And he takes her and he waddles off with her, Chad. And it's like, this man has committed fucking murder. in broad daylight and is now stolen Jean Grey. Jesus. Meanwhile, we cut back, we cut to the Xavier Institute where Nightcrawler and Kitty Pryde are participating in an exercise, basically keep away chat with the football. And, you know, Kitty kicks Nightcrawler's ass because he's just, you know, he's always wants to show off, and Kitty's like, she's very much just like, I just want to complete the objective. And I love that they're trying to set up like the relationship between Logan and Kitty, which I think is kind of cool. I always dug that. And he's like, the goddamn elf is just, he's too full of himself. But all of a sudden, while this is all, you know, going on, all going on, like, you know, yeah, we also cut to Scott Summers and Rogue. And, like, they're doing the whole scene. And Rogue's actually pretty goddamn good at it, chat. She fucking nails the scene. Scott's like, whoa, you did a really good job. She's like, well, I like reading this kind of thing. And he's like, obviously. And he goes, like, listen, the things that happened before, like, I'm really sorry about that. You know, we just kind of help. We just want to help you. And she said, well, I don't need your help. And he's like, okay, I understand. Totally get it, but I just like talking with you. She goes, yeah, I kind of like it too. So that's sweet. And then, chat, we cut to Jean Grey, who's like, she wakes up, and she's tied to a fucking chair, chat, and she is surrounded by dozens and dozens of candles, chat, in a very ill-lit room. It's like there's no fucking window. She's like, where the fuck am I? And Blob, chat, is like, she just feels his body heat, chat. She smells and feels, not just smells the heat coming off of him. And she looks to her left, and he's like, hi. And she's like, oh! And he's like, how long have I been here? 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, 5 minutes and 42 seconds. It's like, have you been watching me the whole time? Yes. And he's like, you need to let me go. He's like, no, we're going to spend a romantic evening together. It's going to be beautiful. And she's like, I feel really uncomfortable about this. She's like, it's too bad. I have prepared a feast of butter. Of butter. I have prepared a feast of buttered noodles, buttered corn. She's like, is this all buttered? Yes. She's like, great. And she's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And she's like, Professor, are you there? Holy shit, are you there? And while during the training session, we cut to, the Nightcrawler Kitty Pryde training session, and Professor Xavier's like, Jesus, Jean, where are you? She's like, I've been kidnapped by a very large man. I need you to save me. All right, I'm on my powers. I got a really bad bump on the head, and it's like they're barely working. He goes, we'll be right there, Jean. Logan, prepare. And he's like, Logan's like, action. And he's like, and he changes, chat, like mid-run. He's got like a kung fu outfit on, but he changes into a Wolverine outfit, gets on the fucking motorcycle. He's like, I'm going to find her, Professor. Tell me where she is. Like, she can't really give me a clear picture. She doesn't know exactly where he is. We believe she's in this area. Hunt, get them, Logan, and we'll provide you with backup. He's like, I don't need backup, Chuck. And he goes there, chat. Meanwhile, Charles, he sends Nightcrawler to get Scott to be a part of that backup, and Nightcrawler teleports there, and, Rogue is like, she's all freaked out by you, as you would be. And the fucking blue elf man just teleports in front of you. And she's like, Scott, fucking Jean's been kidnapped by Fred Dukes. We gotta stop. He's like, fuck it, that blob of a man. It's like, whoa, Chad, his nickname, that's where it comes from. And it's like, we gotta get going. And Rogue is like, it's like, well, so we're not gonna do our scene. He's like, someone has been kidnapped, Rogue. I need to help them. She's like, okay, I'm sorry. Who is this Jean Grey girl? She goes, yeah, Jean Grey, the person who really wanted to help you. She really cares about you. She's like, okay, stop laying on the guilt. I get it. And so he takes off of Nightcrawler and Kitty, chat. They go together. Meanwhile, we cut to Logan, who has found them. They're in an abandoned amusement park, chat, where you want to take every lovely young woman. Color Me Hazel, isn't that right? Juicy Gang. I'm sorry, Color Me Hazel. I'm sorry. I was talking about buttered noodles. Color Me Hazel, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. Juicy Gang. I was on a spiel. I was on a roll. Color Me Hazel, would you like to join me in an abandoned amusement park where I can prepare buttered foods for you? And so, I love his costume design. His costume design is really, really cool. I just love the orange and blue. And dark blue, actually. Navy blue, chat. But he gets there, he's like, I found where they are, Chuck. And, you know, Charles is like, excellent, Logan. Now, wait for backup. And he goes, nope. He fucking hangs up the phone. And I love it, Jack, because this is Wolverine's fucking MO throughout in any animated series he appears in. He like, now I mean business. He snicks his claws, Chad. He goes, yeah. And he's run up on the facility, Chad. Meanwhile, Fred's like, I must get the butter vat. And he leaves, Chad, to get the butter vat. He goes out there, but then he notices, like, the door starts shaking, and then it's cut to pieces by Wolverine's adamantium claws, chat. And it's like, ooh! And he's like, hey, bub, where's Jean? He's like, I'm going to eat her. He's like, wait, what? She's going to become a part of me. And he's like, oh my God. And then before he attacks, though, Che, he never fucking, like now it's like, I gotta stab you to kill you. You're not gonna eat that girl. And so he just unsnicks his claws, chat, and he kicks him. So it's like, you should probably, like, you're gonna use your claws? Nope. Unsnicks them, and then jumps, leaps, and kicks him, chat. And so now they're fighting. But Blob just beats the shit out of Wolverine, chat. Because Logan's like punching me. He's like, I'm gonna use my claws now. You're too thick. But he can't cut his bulk, chat. He's like, that's not gonna work, puny man. And he just fucking grabs him, chat, and just hits him against a piece of concrete. Brain just explodes. And Logan's like, I should have waited for backup. Meanwhile, good old Fred Dukes, he waddles back to see. Oh, before he gets there, because Scott and the other X-Men have showed up, chat. Or Scott gets there before anybody. He goes in, he starts blasting. Blob. And Blob's like, stop it! And he waddles over to Cyclops and just backhands him, and he's like, ah, he gets knocked out, chat. Blob's is too powerful, Jay. He's the most powerful threat they ever faced in their lives. And then he goes back to Jean. When he opens the door, she's fucking telepathically lifting, like a giant desk at him, chat. Throws it, boom, hits him in the head. He's like, oh, you're just like all the others. You always laugh at me. You hate me. She's like, you fucking kidnapped me, and I'm pretty sure I heard that you were going to lather me in butter and eat me. He's like, you don't know that. Won't you want to be inside me? She's like, no, I don't. He's like, you will. But then, chat, who fucking comes up walking? We see Rogue, chat. Rogue, she's entering, and she touches Scott, chat, absorbs his heat vision, or I guess his concussive kinetic vision, whatever you want to call it. It depends on what comic or what movie we're watching, chat. His beam, his laser beam eyes. And she walks in and is like, hey, Buckaroo, or what does she say? She said, hey, no, yeah, she says, hey, Buckaroo. And he turns around and is like, what do you want, goth girl? She goes like, I want that bitch in there. And he's like, you can't get her, you can't eat her. She's like, I'm not gonna eat her, you idiot. You gross, disgusting person. And he's like, stop making fun of me. And then she blasts him. He's like, oh, you think that's gonna work? And she's like, nah, I'm fucking stronger than you. You're not stronger than me. He's like, yes, I am. And she touches him. She's like, no. And she absorbs his sweet blobby essence, chat. And she grabs him and she just throws him into the concrete. And he's like, Logan's like, oh God, no. And he lands atop of Logan. He's like, oh. And he's like, what are you doing? He's like, I can fucking take whatever you throw at me and I can give it back 10 times. And Rogue just kicks his goddamn ass, chat, through this entire sequence. She's throwing him up in the air, blasting him. She's like, all right, we gotta get rid of your fat ass. She throws him up in the air, chat, and just blasts him with Scott's laser vision until he goes through the top of the ceiling, chat, and like falls all the way back down into like this garbage pit. He's like, oh, he's wallowing in this garbage, and the seagulls are going, ka, 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 ka. And he's like, stop laughing at me. Stop it. And he's like throwing things at them, but they're all avoiding it. He's like, oh. He starts crying in his own shit. It's like, goddamn. But then, Rogue rescues Jean, make sure not to touch her, and, Rogue brings back Cyclops' glasses, his visor puts it on, she says, sorry, I just took a little bit of it, you should be fine in a couple minutes. And he goes, Rogue, seriously, thank you so much for helping us. We really do appreciate it. She goes, it was no problem, I was happy to do it. And then, Kitty's like, why the fuck would you help us? You fucking hate us. She goes, I don't know, I'm confused. And she just runs away. And then Jean's like, wait, Rogue, no. And Logan, whose brain is like still kind of on his shoulders, like, Jane, don't do it. She's like, Logan's like, listen, she's working on it. She needs time. Believe me, I know. Because he went through the whole thing too. And they watch Rogue as she runs away in the sunset. Will she become an X-Man? Yes. But not yet. Not yet, chat. And that, my friends, is X-Men Evolution Episode 4, Mutant Crush, chat. A fantastic episode, in my opinion. Very, very fun. Copious amounts of butter, vor, and other sexual things. Great episode, chat. Emerald, this episode's way different than I remember. No, watch it again. Watch it again. You missed some stuff. Rogue will return for buttered noodles. Yay, nice review. Thank you. Oh, my sweet baby boy, broccoli boy Josh here. He is. Color Me Hazel. Again, welcome me Hazel. The bot commands for this channel are available. There it is. The commands. Oh, I love it. Bilbo Baggins, only 3 feet tall. Thank you for the 50 biddies, good sir. For the vor. Does probably say he's going to eat her on his question. Yeah. You got to watch the episode. Yeah, he mentions that. He's like, I'm going to eat you. Yeah, man, he eats people. That's a big fucking reveal at the episode. He wasn't in love with her, chat. He wanted to eat her. He was hungry. I was like, wait, what? This is a children's cartoon. It was fucked up, man, in the early 2000s. That's the kind of stuff they did. I had buttered noodles for dinner. I had chicken Alfredo, which was all nice and buttery. I love it. Holy shit, dude, right? Yeah, man. He's grabbing, he's like, ew. Oh, I didn't mean to make Color Me Hazel sad. Oh, Stranger, welcome again to the stream. We got a lot of good people here, chat. And in case I missed you before, welcome. Sorry when I'm on a roll during a review. Sometimes I don't always look back and forth to the chat, but no, good to see you. Hope you're having a very happy hump day. Welcome, chat. Welcome. You want a nice psychic snack? That's it. Buttered toast. It's the one thing he didn't eat that was buttered. He figured he would. Some butter on some rolls or some shit, but no. Hannibal's obese cousin. Pretty much, Crossy Patricia. Pretty much. Oh, this explains why I've blocked out so many cartoons, why I'm so messed up while I watch cartoons. Yeah, see, it all has a fucking impact on you, man, on your psyche. It's messed up. Oh, Lord, chat. Well, that is my tune review, chat. Sadly, I could not do a movie review tonight due to various things involving taxes or refiling taxes, sadly.